Hello, hello, my amazing artists. Today we are going to create a Ted Harrison inspired landscape. Ted Harrison was an artist inspired by Canada's land, and today we're going to recreate a little bit of his art. You can see I've used my best coloring, right? And over here is an Inukshuk. It's a sculpture, which we're going to talk about later. It's made out of rocks in real life. Ours is made out of paper, but that's okay too. All right, so you're going to need to get your paper out. You're going to need to get a black crayon or a pencil to start with. And here we go. Put your finger in the center of the paper. Is it there? All right, we're going to lift up just a little bit. This is where we're going to create a straight-ish, wavy-ish line. It's not perfectly straight, but it's not really wavy either. Next, we're going to create our mountains. I'm going to start with this mountain shape. So that's my first mountain. And then a mountain that is behind it. I'm going to make it look like there's snow at the top. So I'm going to use my drippy lines. These are our super wavy lines. Somewhere where it fits, I'm going to draw a sun. In Ted Harrison's artwork, he used to use a lot of lines to show different sections of color. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make lines. Can you see my example here? We're going to make lines that go behind the mountains and behind the sun. We don't want to make a lot of lines. 4 or 5 will do. Going behind the mountains. Oh, look, I don't have to draw. Oh, there we go. Take your time when you do this. I can go pretty fast because I've had a lot of experience. All right. When you are ready, you are going to next, we're going to work on the land. We're going to draw a not straight, but not too wavy line. Next, we're going to be making a pond. Now we could put this pond on this side or on this side. It's up to you. In my example, I put it over here. Let's see. And it's just kind of a half oval-ish shape. And then we're going to make one more line at the bottom. Wow, it's looking pretty already. What do you think? Next, I'm going to need to get out my warm colors. My warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. My warm colors make me think of things like sunlight and fire. So I want you to get out your warm colors. Red, orange, and yellow. Where in my example do you see warm colors? I see them just in the sky. Not my mountains. My mountain is blue. My other mountain is purple. Those are not warm colors. Warm colors are the sun, which we're going to color in yellow, and the sky. I can also add pink in the sky if I have it. All right, boys and girls, using your warm colors, we're going to color in these sections. I'll be right back. Aha! I did it! Let's zoom in. I colored in with my colors in stripes of colors. My warm colors up at the top so it looks like a sunset. Each row or each line has its own color. Take your time and do this yourself. When you're finished, I want you to find your cool colors. Your cool colors are green and blue and purple. They make you think of water and sky and ice and snow and grass. So find these colors so that we can use them for our project. The next thing we're going to do is color in our mountains and our land and our pond. Let's look at the example again. Let's start with our mountains. The mountains are blue and purple. Find your blue and purple and color in, excuse me, your mountains. I did it! I found my dark blue and my purple and carefully colored in my mountains, but I left the top of the mountains white because I wanted them to show snow. Next, we're going to get out our greens. Every line is going to be a different color green, but not coloring in our pond. Remember, our pond is blue. So use the rest of your colors to color in your greens, different colors, and your pond blue. Aha! I did it. I took my time to color in my greens and my blue pond. How do you like it? All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take my background and put it to the side. The next thing we have to do is we have to create our Inukshuk. You're going to get a piece of gray paper. A piece of gray paper. An Inukshuk is a pile of stones made to look like a person. So let's do this together. We're going to draw together and then we're going to cut this out later. So don't draw too small. Make sure we're using up our paper nice and big. On the top, let's make a square-ish shape. And remember, if your Inukshuk looks a little bit different than my Inukshuk, that's okay. Next, I'm going to make a skinnier Inukshuk. Notice how I connected them though, because it looks like they're stacked. And then a bigger rectangle. Now another skinny one. And another skinny one. They don't have to be exactly the same size, right? And finally, let's make it look like our Inukshuk has legs. With two standing ones. Two standing rocks. Aha! I really am proud of my Inukshuk. If you don't have gray paper, you could always draw on white paper and color it in gray. Or brown, because rocks are brown too. When you're finished drawing your Inukshuk and you're really happy with it, I want you to take your scissors and take your time and cut out your Inukshuk. I did it. I cut out my Inukshuk. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and attach it to my background. Let's take a look at the example. When you glue, I want you to make sure that it's not going off of your paper. All right, it should be somewhere on the ground. We don't want to cover our beautiful mountains. Okay. All right, boys and girls, I hope you had fun making your Ted Harrison landscape.